Hi, I'm Sarah Connor, and I have a huge interest in fashion. And I was reading a really old Vogue magazine, and they had this huge article on braiding. And so I walked around campus the other day, and I saw how many girls had braids. And so I asked someone, and I was like, "Where'd you learn?" She said, "Oh, my mom taught me." And so for girls, and then the guys who have girls, I'm going to teach you all about braiding. So, for you who don't know, braiding started in 4000 BC in Egypt and has been carried on till today. And you guys probably don't see it, but now there's according to Vogue, there's over 200 different types of braids. And there's the common one, which has 3 strands. And so these are 3 strands of hair. You'll see that they're intertwined in a manner that goes like this. And then there's another braid I'm going to show you, and that's the fishtail braid, where it's more wrapping around instead of intertwining. And braids are defined, braids are defined in Vogue as a complex structure of patterns formed by inserting 3 or more strands of fabric material. We say fabric material because obviously we know braiding's not just fur. Okay, so if you're going to go with a traditional braid, you get 3 strands of hair, and preferably hair is better when it's wet to braid, but it's not my hair, I want Lexi to do that. Okay, so you have your 3 strands, and it's important to make sure that you have all the hair, because if you don't, then you're going to have to gather, and that won't work. So you take one, and you cross it over, just like so, and hold it there. And then after you're done with the left one, you'll bring the right one over. And so pretty soon, you'll repeat that pattern where you just bring it over from each side, one by one. And you can gather, like pulling it tighter, and you'll keep going one by one, left to right, over and over until you reach the end. Over and over. And then just like clothes, braids go in and out of fashion. You guys probably remember when you guys were in middle school and you had, or girls at least, had the braids and they were like really tight. Recently, people have been known to loosen it up, especially if they have really thick hair. So like a loose braid, just like that. And the thing to note is that for the fashion industry, a braid was used in 16 different fashion shows this past New York Fashion Week. And it's a really good go-to for the models. They said it's the easiest to change out of. And there's also, you can use it in different forms. It can be considered an art piece. So if the person's a hairdresser, they can kind of make it their own. And so the second braid, which has been a lot more common in the past year or so due to like Tumblr and Pinterest, is a fishtail. And this was a little more complicated. Usually you want it with thick hair because it requires more hair. So it's all about little strands bringing into the big strand. So you take the left side, and from the underneath you take a smaller chunk, like so. You can do a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on how tight you want, and bring it over the top to the other side and tuck it underneath. And hold there. And you'll do the same from underneath, kind of like that much. Other side, bring it over the top, and tuck it underneath. This is going to be a different form of braid, and it's going to look totally different. It's going to be intertwined, almost like, it kind of looks like the hair is eating the pieces you give to it. Just from each side. Intertwined. And you can kind of see it forming the braid here at the top. The only downside with the fishtail braid is that If you have really slick hair, it's less likely to stay because it can slip, especially if you have a really long braid. But there are perks and not for different braids. A fishtail braid like this one is gonna be more, you're good. It's gonna be more just a social life, and then a regular braid you can use in sports and different